Hey, Cowboys Nation! Today, we are diving into the intricate details that could define the final stretch of this season for America's team. While the standings may not be in our favor and the playoffs might feel like a distant target, these last few matchups are far more than just wins or losses. The focus is on growth, experimentation, and evaluating the talent that will form the foundation for the coming years. It is a crucial moment for the coaching staff to gauge which players are ready to step into more prominent roles, and which adjustments could set the team up for long-term success. The narrative of the season, at this point, is not defined solely by the scoreboard but by the lessons learned on the field, the adaptability of young athletes, and the strategic decisions that could shape the roster for the future. Starting with the wide receiver group, there are a few names that demand attention. Ryan Fennoy, in particular, has quietly shown he can be a significant contributor when given the opportunity. As the third receiver on the depth chart, he has consistently demonstrated playmaking ability, and expanding his role could be pivotal not just for the remainder of this season but as a building block for next year's receiving corps. Comparisons with other players in similar positions highlight Fennoy's potential, and providing him with more snaps, routes, and integration into the offensive scheme will allow the coaching staff to evaluate how he could contribute as a core piece moving forward. His growth in live game scenarios is invaluable, and it is clear that his continued development is a priority as the team navigates the transition between veteran leadership and youthful energy. The linebacker corps presents a different challenge, yet it is an opportunity brimming with possibilities. Shamar James and Maris Leaf are two young players whose development could be crucial for the Cowboys' defensive identity in the coming seasons. This year has exposed inconsistencies and gaps in depth, making experimentation necessary, while veterans such as Damarian Overshield provide stability. Younger players like Leaf and James bring athleticism and potential that cannot be fully measured without in-game experience. Allocating more snaps to these athletes, even at the expense of some veterans, allows for a practical evaluation of their instincts, adaptability, and decision-making under pressure. These experiences are invaluable, as they provide the coaching staff with insight into how the defensive framework can evolve and which players can be relied upon as the team looks toward the offseason, free agency, and draft priorities. The growth of James and Leaf will not happen overnight, but these final contests are the perfect environment to uncover what they can offer when challenged at the highest level. Adjustments along the offensive line are another critical piece of the evaluation puzzle. Injuries and inconsistent performances have forced the team to reconsider its configurations, particularly at tackle. Tyler Gayton's absence has created room for experimentation, while Nathan Thomas' potential at right tackle needs to be explored in live action. These trials are less about immediate outcomes and more about understanding long-term possibilities, assessing how different combinations perform, how well Thomas adapts to defensive pressure, and how the line functions as a cohesive unit under real game stress is essential for determining depth and future strategy. Offensive line stability is the cornerstone of both the running and passing game, and the right decisions now can prevent complications in the seasons ahead. Observing these adjustments provides clarity on who can be a reliable starter, who may serve in rotational roles, and how the overall offensive framework can evolve to maximize efficiency and production. Defensive end play offers another lens for evaluation. James Houston has demonstrated flashes of effectiveness as a situational pass rusher, and expanding his role could reveal untapped potential. Unlike some veterans whose performance has plateaued, Houston represents a younger option whose development can be accelerated by increased exposure in game situations. Assessing his ability to perform consistently in a variety of scenarios, including both pass rush and run-stopping responsibilities, will inform decisions about how the Cowboys structure their defensive front in the years ahead. Sam Williams, whose production has been limited, reinforces the need to provide opportunities for players like Houston to demonstrate what they can contribute. These rotational experiments are invaluable in understanding which players can adapt, produce, and ultimately define the defensive identity moving forward. The tight end position also offers opportunities for observation and development. Luke Schoonmaker has displayed athletic ability and potential through flashes of impressive plays, while Brevin Spanford presents a contrasting skill set that may complement or compete for the secondary role. These last matchups are ideal for determining hierarchy, usage, and fit within the offensive scheme. Observing their route running, blocking, and ability to react to defensive pressure provides essential insight into how these players can be integrated in the seasons to come. Establishing clarity in the pecking order is crucial for both immediate tactical decisions and long-term planning, as the coaching staff can use this data to shape roster composition and offensive strategies in the offseason. Rotation along the defensive line and among other positions is equally critical. Players like Perry and Winfrey, who have seen limited action due to injuries or situational decisions, require meaningful snaps to demonstrate their capabilities. The remaining contests are less about the final scores and more about uncovering potential, understanding adaptability, and evaluating performance under pressure. Each player's contribution, even in a rotational role, offers insight into readiness, resilience, and the long-term composition of the roster. Maximizing these opportunities ensures that the Cowboys are actively preparing for future seasons, rather than simply reacting to the present situation. In the secondary, young defensive backs such as Maris Bell and Elijah Clark are under the spotlight, with departures likely and future roles uncertain. These players have the chance to showcase their ability to contribute consistently at a high level. Bell has experienced an uneven season, and the upcoming matchups provide a controlled environment to measure growth and adaptability. Clark, who has had minimal playing time, represents raw potential that must be tested in game conditions to assess his readiness for larger responsibilities in the defensive backfield. Providing snaps, rotations, and exposure to live action helps the coaching staff gauge instincts, decision-making, and overall fit within the defensive scheme, ensuring informed choices for off-season planning. Running backs Jaden Blue and Malik Davis exemplify the balance between opportunity and evaluation. Blue, drafted in the 5th round, has had limited playing time, but now has a chance to demonstrate whether he can contribute consistently. Evaluating his ability to handle the playbook, make quick decisions in space, and execute fundamental techniques will be essential for understanding his role in future seasons. Davis, paired in rotation, offers comparative insight, allowing coaches to assess who can emerge as a dependable option moving forward. Every snap, carry, and decision is an opportunity to measure mental and physical readiness, ultimately shaping training camp battles and depth chart decisions. Returning to the offensive line, Nathan Thomas' opportunity at right tackle remains under scrutiny. His performance in live games against top defensive talent will reveal whether he can be a long-term solution or if the team needs to explore other options. Similarly, observing the left sideline combinations, particularly with Tyler Gayton's potential return, provides insight into depth, flexibility, and stability. Establishing reliable offensive line performance is central to both the running game and quarterback protection, making these final games invaluable for long-term evaluation and planning. Defensive front rotations remain a key area of focus, especially for players like James Houston and others in situational roles. Expanding responsibilities allows the coaching staff to observe consistency, adaptability, and overall impact on the defensive strategy. Tight end rotations and evaluations continue alongside this, highlighting the importance of establishing a clear hierarchy and understanding how each player contributes in both blocking and passing situations. By integrating younger players like Maris Bell, Elijah Clark, and Shamar James into expanded roles, the Cowboys gain insight into which athletes can thrive under pressure and adapt to high-level competition. These experiments not only inform immediate decisions, but also guide off-season priorities, draft considerations, and long-term player development strategies. In the running game, evaluating Blue and Davis provides a glimpse into how younger skill position players can handle the complexity of the offense, make decisions under pressure, and execute in real-time scenarios. These opportunities are not about token appearances, but about gathering meaningful data to shape the roster, training priorities, and positional depth. Balancing competitiveness with experimentation ensures that every snap remains meaningful while fostering growth among emerging talent. The final stretch of the season is a delicate balance between maintaining competitiveness and focusing on evaluation and development. Each game, snap, and matchup offers data that directly impacts roster decisions, future strategies, and the overall trajectory of the team. By strategically managing playing time, incorporating young talent, and assessing rotational depth, the Cowboys can maximize learning opportunities while still competing at a high level. The emphasis on preparation, growth, and development ensures that even in a season where playoff contention may be uncertain, The groundwork is laid for a successful and sustainable future as we move deeper into these final contests. The attention to detail becomes even more critical for the Cowboys. Every player on the roster has a chance to impact not just the outcome of a single game, but also the strategic decisions that will shape the team in the offseason. Evaluating talent under game conditions reveals nuances that film study or practice reps simply cannot replicate. For instance, the offensive skill positions require a precise understanding of how young players like Jaden Blue and Malik Davis handle both the speed of the game and the mental demands of complex schemes. Their decision-making in live scenarios, whether reading blocks or finding lanes in the running game, provides clarity on who possesses the instincts and composure necessary for consistent contributions. Observing these interactions over multiple games allows coaches to discern patterns, evaluate potential for growth, and determine readiness to handle more significant roles in future seasons. In essence, these matchups become a laboratory where young athletes can prove themselves while simultaneously providing the staff with actionable insights. Turning to the quarterback and supporting backfield, the importance of offensive line performance cannot be overstated. Protecting the passer and creating running lanes are tasks that require seamless communication, awareness, and technique. The experimentation with different line combinations, particularly with Tyler Gayton and Nathan Thomas, serves as a strategic evaluation to identify which configurations provide the most reliability. It is not enough to focus on individual performances alone. The cohesion of the entire line under pressure is equally crucial. Observing how the line adjusts to blitzes, stunts, and varied defensive fronts informs not only immediate game planning, but also long-term decisions. Regarding personnel and depth, these insights help coaches decide which players can be trusted in critical situations, who may require additional development, and how to structure rotations to maintain consistency across multiple games. The final matchups of the season provide the perfect opportunity to experiment with these dynamics without compromising the integrity of the team's competitive standards. Defensively, the Cowboys face a similar evaluation challenge. Linebackers like Shamar James and Maris Leaf are entering a phase where in-game exposure is vital. The nuances of positioning, gap responsibility, and coverage adjustments in real time reveal much about their football IQ and ability to translate practice into performance. Every snap, tackle, or assignment executed incorrectly or correctly provides feedback that guides off-season plans. From training focus to potential draft priorities, it is essential to observe how these players respond to pressure, how quickly they adjust to unexpected plays, and how effectively they communicate with teammates in dynamic situations. These final games act as a proving ground where both talent and potential are measured under authentic conditions, creating a blueprint for development in the coming year. Before we roll on, subscribe to Cowboys Wire News, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Your support keeps the Dallas Cowboys updates coming. Tell us what you think in the comments. NFL fans are buzzing with one of the most unexpected potential moves of the season. According to ESPN, veteran defensive end CALAIS Campbell could be heading to the Dallas Cowboys. While nothing is official yet, sources suggest that the Cowboys front office has been quietly pursuing Campbell, aiming to inject some serious experience and firepower into a defensive line that has struggled to consistently pressure quarterbacks. Campbell, known for his imposing presence on the field and uncanny ability to disrupt both the run and the pass, has spent years establishing himself as one of the league's premier defensive talents. His potential move to Dallas has already sparked conversations about how the Cowboys might reshape their defensive schemes to maximize his skills. Imagine Campbell lining up alongside Micah Parsons, a duo that could instantly become one of the most feared in the NFL. The idea alone has pundits speculating that Dallas is preparing to make a bold statement to the league. Sources close to the team hint that Campbell's leadership and veteran savvy could be just as valuable off the field as on it. The Cowboys have been looking for not only a player who can dominate physically, but also someone who can mentor a younger roster navigating high-pressure games. Adding Campbell could signal a shift in Dallas' approach, blending seasoned expertise with the explosive talent they already have in place. The rumor also raises intriguing questions about the salary cap and roster dynamics. Campbell is not just a name. He carries both experience and expectations, and integrating a player of his caliber could alter defensive rotations and strategies. Fans and analysts alike are debating how the Cowboys' defensive line would adjust. whether they would lean on Campbell's veteran instincts or allow him to roam freely as a game changer. While the league is notoriously tight-lipped about transactions until they're finalized, the buzz surrounding Campbell and Dallas is undeniable. Could this move redefine the Cowboys' defensive identity? Only time will tell. But the mere suggestion has already set social media alight, with fans envisioning game-changing plays and a potential resurgence of the Cowboys' defensive dominance if Campbell does sign. The NFL might be in for a very thrilling season in the Lone Star State. That's a wrap from Cowboys Wire News. For breaking Cowboys updates, subscribe, drop a like, and turn on the bell. Tell us your take in the comments.